Hi, I'm Greg. Welcome to AFX Studio. Today we're going to listen to 9 10-inch speakers and hear how they compare. 3 with Alnico magnets and 6 with ceramic. Most of us started with small amps that used 8 or 10-inch speakers before moving to grown-up amps with 12s. As such, I know for me anyway, amps with 10-inch speakers weren't even on my radar for many years. With the advent of better PA systems, where you no longer need a loud amp to be heard clearly, along with guitarists realising that smaller amps often sound bigger when recording, amps with 10s have become more appreciated over time. Tone is way more important than volume when the audience will only be hearing us via a microphone. The first clip is the bridge pickup on Dora, my Gibson Explorer, into my Supro Comet on full into the Comet cab. The only variable will be the speaker. For these tests, I recorded the raw DI'd guitar part so the same performance is heard each time. The recorded guitar was then run into my reamp box, which converts a line level signal to the correct voltage and impedance to go into a guitar amp. The cab was set up so I could change speakers and then return it to the same location each time, so the mic was always in the same position in front of the speaker. A test like this can never be perfect, as in real life you'd move the mic as needed to get the best out of the speaker. I then adjusted the average levels, as they varied a bit in some cases, so we're hearing the tone and response of the speakers, not having our perception thrown off by volume differences. Next, for a bit of clang, is the middle position on a Fender Mustang into my rebuilt 60s Vox AC10 into the Supro cab again. Having done a similar test with 12-inch speakers a few years ago, where I found that some speakers worked well on particular cabs and less well on others, I had expected something similar with these. I had one DI'd part that was recorded through all these speakers in multiple cabs. I decided not to use it though, as I found the differences between the speakers was fairly consistent no matter which cab they were in. The cab still dictates the overall tone, at least as much as the speaker of course. It's just the cabs didn't seem to favour one speaker over another as they had with the 12s. I put together a much shorter clip with the Eminence 1058 in 4 cabs so we get an idea of how the cab design and size shapes the tone. This is the Bridge P90 on my Les Paul into the Supro amp and 4 cabs. I usually find 10s are a little more controlled and focused than 12s, although they can occasionally sound a little bland as a result. 10s are often easier to mic, as there is less of a change in tone between the dark outside of the cone and the bright middle. Easier to find a pleasing tonal balance when placing the mic. Next is a strat on the neck middle position using my Tweed Vibrolux style amp. The warehouse speakers were most efficient, being 2 to 3 dB louder than average, while the Jensen was quietest, being 2 to 3 dB below average. The Jensen had the greatest difference between the peak and average levels too, which made it a little tricky trying to balance the average levels. I needed to be careful when bringing up the average that the peaks didn't clip. The Celestions and Eminence were within a couple of dB of each other. If you like your amp but need more level, changing to a more efficient speaker can be an easy way to get the extra volume. Likewise, if you want to turn up your amp but it's too loud for your band, a less efficient speaker might help. So there are the speakers. Did you have any favourites? Ones you didn't like? Let me know in the comments. I often find something I don't like is someone else's favourite and vice versa. It's part of what keeps music interesting. It would be so boring if we all used exactly the same tones. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification on the drop down menu when you subscribe, and I'll see you soon.